Hello everyone, today we're taking a look at a family of viruses called Deicide. Now this virus is named this because the author actually names himself in comments inside the virus body, and his name is apparently Glenn Benton. And Glenn Benton is the founder and lead singer of heavy death metal band Deicide, hence the name. Now, if you look at this guy, you might not think this guy is actually a DOS virus author, but don't let the looks and the career history deceive you. This is definitely the guy who wrote these viruses, I assure you. So the first version of this virus is 622 bytes long. It's relatively benign. It does not do anything other than display a message. Like all of these viruses, it searches out and infects .com files when it's executed, and it'll infect one .com file each time you run it. And this virus activates between August 3rd and August 18th with a message. So we'll go ahead and change the date. And when we run any infected file, we get the message: this personal computer has been struck by the uncurable disease that is called the Doom of Morgoth. And that's about it. Although the Doom of Morgoth sounds pretty bad, and we said uncurable instead of incurable, rest assured, this is not a dangerous virus. It doesn't format your drive or delete your files. However, this next version does. So we're going to change the date back here so that we don't activate the previous version. And this version, appropriately, is 666 bytes long, and it's supposed to infect files by overwriting them, which would destroy files. However, this doesn't work. And when it runs out of files to overwrite, it's supposed to trash the file allocation table of the hard drive and display a message right here. Bye-bye hard disk from Glenn. Deicide. Next time be careful with illegal stuff. And the computer is frozen now. Yep. It doesn't like me pressing enter that much, as it's no longer accepting input. However, if we restart the computer with Control-Alt-Delete, the computer will boot back up, and the virus failed to overwrite any files, and also failed to trash our FAT. So as we see here, the computer still boots. Okay, ignore the int10 hooked. That is a program I use to make sure DOS runs in 60 Hz, which makes it not flicker like crazy when I'm recording these videos with my phone camera. So this next variant is another benign version of the virus. It doesn't overwrite or delete anything. However, it gets a bit more verbose in its message, and this activates during the early days of September. So we're going to change the date to September 9th, 1995. And when we run this or any infected file, we get a nice long message that says, "As the good times of Deicide will be remembered, I started to make a new virus. You are now facing the dark tombs of Morgoth. Humble regards to..." and a bunch of people here. And also my lovely regards to Stephanie, the only one who makes my heart beat stronger. Want to make love with a morbid angel? Glenn greets ya. I gotta say, that's one way to win a girl's heart. I envy you, Glenn. You certainly have a way with the ladies. And gives us the message: press a key to start the program, this time no damage. And true to its word, we go back to the DOS prompt. Last, but certainly not least, is the message variant of Deicide, which spruces up your DOS prompt to be really, really cool. Now, are you tired of boring error messages like required parameter missing? Do you wish that when you ran graphics.com, it actually did something instead of just quitting back to the DOS prompt? Well, this virus is the virus for you. We're going to go ahead and run it. And every time it infects a file, it adds a new line to its repertoire. Over 60 lines that it ends up displaying on your DOS prompt, including "May I F with your wife?" I'm not swearing this time. What else we got? Faces of Death. Cool. Spread this like hell. Let's do it. David Grant is a shithead. Well, so much for not swearing. Greetings to Crackerjack in Italy. Copyright by Glenn Benton. Program too big to fit in ass. Deicide wasn't that good after all. You know what? I disagree, because I love this variant of this virus. This is amazing. Because now, when we run infected files, if they get infected properly, we should see a message pop up. But we're not. Hold on, we gotta run this a bunch of times. We gotta make sure we infect the hell out of this disk, like it said. We gotta spread the hell out of it. RAM parity error. Insert tractor toilet paper in printer. Vote for Saddam. Dead by dawn. May I fuck with your wife. Do not use drugs. Make a virus. This virus is shareware, so share it with your friends. Dame Edna is cool. We like the Pope. He gives us his dope. Like, this is just so cool. McAfee is a bumhole. Patricia Hoffman is a virgin. David Grant is a shithead. Jan Terpstra sucks. Veselin Bonchev is a lamer. And on. Ha ha ha, you have a virus. Dutch Virus Research Laboratory. And there's a bunch of different versions of this. Deicide, Morgoth, Breeze, Brother by Glenn Benton. Look at graphics. It got infected by an earlier variant, but not by this one for some reason. But Sys.com has certainly been infected because it's like 5 times bigger than it should be. It's over 46,000 bytes now. There we go. And now we're getting a bunch of messages. Oh god, it's broken. Alright, so every time we run Sys.com, instead of required parameter missing, we get all of these. So let's just keep running this. I like this. Oh god. Oh no. Okay. I think we might have broken it. But we had fun while it lasted. So, that is about it for Deicide. I don't have any more variants to take a look at, and this kind of broke spectacularly here at the end. So, I hope you enjoyed this virus. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for sticking around. Thank you for watching. Take care. This next variant is another benign one that doesn't overwrite anything or try to delete anything. However, it gets a bit more verbose with his message. So we're going to change the date to any day in September, which is when it activates. Why not today's date? What is today? 24th? I don't remember what today is. Oh well, it doesn't matter. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and run the virus here. This time we should get a lovely message, but we're not. Why aren't we getting the message? We'll wait until it infects graphics.com. Every time we run it, it's infecting a new file. So here we go. We can see graphics.com has increased in size to 21,077 bytes. Now when we run this, nothing happens. Why doesn't anything happen?